Welcome back to our channel, guys. This is a beautiful Friday, and there is news that we actually captured, and it has not really taken the attention of many, but I've really been following it for better part of the day. That is the revelation by Charles Keter first that the fallout between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto was going to happen even if there was no handshake. So in short, you can see Charles Keter coming over to relieve Raila Odinga of the allegations that he's the person who actually brought the fallout between Uhuru and Raila. Of course, not Uhuru and Raila, Uhuru and Ruto. Of course, I'm going to do another comprehensive analysis on that. But guys, you can just get to a comment section and tell us, what do you think about that? Because people think like he's just trying to sit at the fence or what is at it. But of course, I'm going to do analysis about that. Now, in this video, I want us to look at this story here, that the cabinet secretaries or the members of the cabinet and civil servants who resigned from the government went back home and not finding it easy. And this is something that is captured in the corridors of power by the Star. And I just want to read for you what is in the corridors of power. The Star is capturing it saying, some of the top government officials who resigned from government to pursue political offices in August election have lost their benefits, including bodyguards. One was shocked to go home and find his bodyguard missing, and when he called, he was informed the officer had been recalled. The man who has been enjoying the privileges protested why he was not informed of the moves. Another one who is seeking to take over as a governor is stuck and contemplating to seek further advice to either retire or support someone else after he was informed some clans that had pledged to support him have withdrawn the support. Another aspirant has not been seen since he left office, as he is stuck in his house in Nairobi, regretting the move to resign from the cabinet. So guys, just to help us understand, because in this video, I want us to look at this really. And for someone who is in this channel and is a lawyer, you can tell us, after you resign from the government, do you still have, and you resign from the cabinet, do you still have the privileges of enjoying the benefits until that government is dissolved or until the end of that government's term? Do you really think? I don't remember. But then, let me borrow something. I have a friend who used to work for Mwangi Kiunjuri. Actually, he works at Mwangi Kiunjuri's home. And he was telling me that the moment Mwangi Kiunjuri was relieved, because Mwangi Kiunjuri was actually fired by the President Uhuru Kenyatta, all the security officers that he used to have, I think some two, and there were some that were at his home in Karen. All the security officers who were in Karen were actually withdrawn. And from that moment, the guy was telling me, I was just calling him this to tell me about how did it ever go, just covering on this. He told me that actually Mwangi Kiunjuri lost his security after he was fired from the cabinet. Do you think there is a difference? And why is this really? Why are these people in shock? So before we look at it further, let's try to look at who do you think are the culprits. And in one of my videos, I analyzed in this channel and said that civil servants who are resigning from government and they will go against President Uhuru Kenyatta are going to find it rough. I think if you didn't see that video, I think this is the video. Check it out here. They were going to find it rough, and of course, they still have opportunity to enjoy some of these benefits behind the tent, of not immediately. But if you are to cross over to UDA, I think it is not going to be easy. So my own assertion here is, first, the members of the cabinet who resigned and are in UDA or have joined UDA are the ones that are going to find it rough, and of course they have started to feel the pinch. So who are these people that resigned from cabinet? One, Gideon Mungaro was a CAS cabinet assistant in the Ministry of Devolution. He resigned and is going to eye Kilifi gubernatorial seat. Another person is Charles Keter, who resigned, was actually from the Ministry of Energy, then he was transferred to Devolution. He also resigned and is going to seek Kericho gubernatorial seat. John Munyes resigned, is going to seek Turkana. Then Ababu Namwamba also left the cabinet, and for him, he's not going to seek an elective seat, but directly he is going to join William Ruto's presidential team. Of interest to me is Cecil Kariuki, I think also resigned. She's going to seek Nyandarua gubernatorial seat, going to face off with Francis Kimemia. I think those are the prominent figures there, and if I am forgetting about someone else, you can also get back to me and tell us what you think. But then guys, before in this video, I wanted to look at why do you think they are going through this? One, for sure, first, it is not their right to enjoy these benefits after leaving the cabinet. Now, what are we foreseeing? For me, this is just one of them. And again, I will tell you who exactly, if you ask me, I can tell you straight in my eye, the person who will be and is the first culprit, I'm going to tell you in my eye, after analyzing all these resignees from the cabinet. So guys, if you're watching this video and you've not yet subscribed, take a second and subscribe. And also click the notification bell so that whenever we publish a video, you will be notified. And of course, of importance also, give us your feedback. Who amongst the cabinet members do you think is the first culprit? And for me, I'm going to give my own opinion and with my own reasons. So also, if you think about someone, you can also tell us who you think. If you ask me, the person who is first affected is Ababu Namwamba. All those cabinet resignees, apart from Ababu Namwamba and Charles Keter, yes, has resigned and is showing intent is going towards UDA, but there is the reason why I want to exempt Charles Keter from this, maybe this withdrawal, because Charles Keter have a very soft spot for Raila Odinga. Actually, people did not know that after he won the Belgut seat in 2007, it is Raila who forwarded his name in that grand coalition to be appointed the minister of, actually was I think appointed minister of energy. So after that, when he won the Senate, he came back and Uhuru appointed him to that position. And Raila was the person who directly, that is why actually Charles Keter is still in cabinet, because of Raila Odinga. And also you want to understand, you should also understand that Raila have interest in the energy sector. The Spectra company is within that ministry. So of course you have to join the dots and you'll realize that for him, he has a very soft spot for Raila Odinga. And I don't think he can actually receive this harassment, because among William Ruto's appointees in cabinet, he's one of the most promising and he remained there. If you listen to the way he's talking, he's there. One person I can tell you is Ababu Namwamba. I want to ask, why is it that we didn't see Ababu Namwamba in a Malemba declaration? That's a question. Although today he was handing over at the ministry and we saw the photos he was handing over. But Ababu Namwamba is going to, might receive this bad news, because after announcing, unlike the other cabinet appointees, he directly announced that he was going to serve Deputy President campaign team. And of course, to Uhuru Kenyatta, that is his greatest enemy. I have mentioned here, 2022 general election is not about Raila and Ruto. It is about Uhuru and Ruto. Raila is just a candidate. So I think for me, that is something that I want to preempt, that the person who actually have received his security has been withdrawn is Ababu Namwamba. Now, what should you expect in the next few months to come? And I am not going to spell a doom, but one thing that is going to happen is that some of the cabinet members who resigned to seek those elective seats, when they are not going, majority of them are not going to make in the nominations, especially of the political parties. If you look at Mungaro, he's going to face a nomination in Kilifi, even though he's seeking ODM. He has a very strong candidate opponent. Charles Keter is going to seek nomination in UDA in Kericho, and many others. Even Kinuthia is going to seek Kigomo parliamentary seat. He is going to seek nomination against Sabina Chege, who had also announced that he was going for that seat. So what do I expect first is majority of them are not going to make it past nomination. This is because many of them were actually white collar. Many of them were in the office and they have not played the ground politics. They have at least only 1.5 months even to decide the party they are going to vie with, and also to campaign on ground so that they can get nomination plots. So that is my first assertion, is that they are going to find it rough in nominations. Now, two is that many of them are going to bolt out of the race even before nomination. The reason that is going to make it that is they're going to feel the pressure from the state, especially if you move to this other, if you move to UDA or rather you go against Uhuru Kenyatta. I think if there is any corruption case where you are, they're going to make plots. They're going to make a lot of they're going to make a lot of journey to EACC to explain, or rather when they were facing this corruption scandal. So that is something that is going to do. Just due to that pressure, there are some that will be vulnerable enough and will actually bolt out of elective positions. Another thing that I preempt is that out of all those factors they might consider, majority of them will have to run to Azimio la Umoja. Because after making sure that you have the small, you go anti-Ruto, it's going to make it very easy. You're not going to make it very easy, but for you to get soft spot with the state, actually, some of them might even think they are going to be rigged out, and they might run back to Azimio la Umoja. So that is something that I'm preempting that is going to happen. Now, lastly, of essence to me that some might actually consider to retire. Yes, there is a very big option that you rather retire, sit back and see what is happening. The ones that were never in elective politics, at least Charles Keter was in elective politics. The ones that are going to join elective politics for the first time are going to find it very rough. And I had mentioned that they are not in ground. Government maybe did not implement a project in your area. So when you go back there, you are being judged in terms of what you delivered when you were in cabinet. There are many of them that are going to be casualties of the situation. But if I was to give a very honest advice, is that they go and seek small parties. Seek small parties, and most importantly, these small parties do not have candidates. And if you can have your finances and you can finance yourself from a small party, you will save yourself of the headache of going through the nomination in the big parties. And of course, because it is highly competitive, and they seem to prefer giving these nomination slots to loyalists, especially in areas where they feel like they are strong and they cannot lose in whichever candidate they give. So that is something that has to be very key to especially the people that have resigned, civil servants that have resigned, to go and join elective politics. So guys, that's my analysis. Tell us, what do you think really what do you preempt that these members of cabinet or civil servants that have resigned from government are going to face out there? And again, who is your first culprit in terms of this information that a top government official, a bodyguard, was actually withdrawn? Me, if you ask me, I say it's Ababu Namwamba. That is the first culprit.